So, hello, a very good evening, and welcome to the 55th edition of Trendz Talks. My guest speaker today would be Samuel Prakash, who is a legal professional. He has been practicing in Delhi court, and then before the court, he's because of his driven by passion. So he's switched to marine photography. So he is currently working with the Central Marine Fishery Department. Let me hand it over to him so that he can just present us with some of the pictures that he has clicked about the marine life there. So over to you, Samuel.
Hello, sir. Good evening, all. I'm Samuel Prakash. I'm I started my life as a young advocate in Delhi High Court for 3 years, and afterwards, as my passion, after seeing sea species, I changed my life uh, towards marine life. So from that, I started documenting many species around India. So I am going to show you some species and how I documented what are the species, and I'll tell you about a little bit careful like precautions towards when you walk on the beaches, and how you should identify them, and where you get identifications, and whom you get help from. I'll just give you a little bit talk all these things. So I'll let you take you to the world which I see. So let's start. Uh, there are three different shores in our country. These are sandy, muddy shore, rocky shore, and sandy shores. So the difference between these three shores are: one is sandy, muddy shore, where you see in Bombay. Bombay, you can see all these shores. Rocky shore is in Haji Ali, Bandra. Sandy shores, or you can see in Marine Lines, and sandy shores in where in Marine Lines, and as well as the Juhu Beach. So Juhu Beach is the only one beach where you can see all these three shores at one place. That is Juhu Beach. So there I have recorded many species. Now I am taking you all to the small tour. So be ready with that. Uh, Sorry, where is this? Oh my god. This is Juhu. Yes. Finish, sir. So
Yeah. So, Samuel, I see a lot of variety. You've already shown a lot of variety in our seas, and the kind of patience that is required to capture them and document them. That is
yes,
really
sir.
very amazing. So tell
Thank you, sir.
me, I believe your presentation is over. You want to do a
Yes, sir.
presentation?
I
It's over,
just
right?
want to show you a little bit of other things which I am not only what do you say uh, a marine photographer, and I'm having a few other photography as like
Mhm.
street photography, macro, inset photography I do. And I'm going to show a little in one slide. I'm going to show a few pictures, and I having uh, natural plants aquariums and terrace garden with 200 to 250 uh, plants. So
Mhm.
I'm just showing you a few slides which I'll
Yeah,
end up with showing my presentation, and you can ask me a question, sir. So
yeah. If you can just go through that, and I'll
yes, yes,
probably
sir.
continue the questioning.
Yes, sir.
So, Samuel, we have been long wanting to do something like this, and we are managing to do this.
Yes, sir.
I've been following you for a while.
So, sir, I think some sort of uh, I think somewhere problem has come.
Mhm.
It got blocked. Ayyo.
So it's fine,
It's
Samuel.
not. I think the whole Skype got hang up.
Mhm.
Oh,
So fine, we'll continue with the talking at least till the time you try and fix that.
yes, sir.
So Samuel, tell me, I mean, it's a major decision, right? Leaving your legal field, you've been practicing
Yes,
in the
sir.
court, leaving all that and coming to marine life and photography and things like that. You should be definitely driven by passion to do
Yes, sir.
this. And then I'm sure there are a lot of mentors down the line who've been helping you with this. Can you just brief what were the career paths that you took and what was the reason that you shifted to marine photography, and how one should be if somebody wants to take this up? What are some of the recommendations that you would give them?
Uh, like I want to say is my life. I started as an advocate, as I mentioned before. First of all, my family supported me a lot, and
Mm-hmm.
afterwards, my partner, the whom I'm going to marry, she is the one who started showing me the species. After that,
Mm-hmm.
marine life of Bombay, Pradeep sir taught me many things. How the tide comes, how the tide goes off,
Mm-hmm.
where should I search for the species, and everything. And Anand sir from Sprouts, he taught me many things about books and research. And Shaunak Modi from MLOM, he is
Mm-hmm.
a very good photographer. And Agnesh from Sprouts, again, he is one of the best teacher who taught me how to take a manual photography and all these things. So things is like, when we go to beach, it's not just a beach, it is with full of life.
Mm-hmm.
What I learned about, and it takes a lot of patience and lot of time. You have to give literally, if you go at least 4 or 5 hours we have to spend in the shore for one
Mm-hmm.
tide to come and go. And all that time we will be observing the species only. We will not be enjoying the free breeze of it, or
Mm-hmm.
will not be sitting looking after the people or not. We are just
Correct.
going there and documenting, like we are going on searching. We will not have a glass of water or a drink or anything. Just will sit there and we will be going on searching for the species. So it will take a lot of time and a lot of conscious also we should be there, because the tide when comes back, it will not give any signal for us that I am coming.
Right.
So we should be very conscious when the tide comes back, because sometimes in rocky beaches, the place where you're standing will not fill with the water, but the surrounding where you're standing, the remaining place, the water will be filled and you will be stuck up there.
Mm-hmm.
That will be the dangerous thing in few places like Priyadarshini Park in Bombay, and Juhu Beach, and Mahalakshmi. These are the few places when we have to be very conscious when we are going inside. The water will
Right.
fill up around and you will not understand that when it is going to fill it up also. So after
So.
refilling it, that will be so dangerous. And species, when you are going to identify, very most of the species looks very similar,
Mm-hmm.
but those IDs are very different, and scientifically they are different. So we should not never go to conclusion very fastly without speaking to concerned persons. And there is a one app called iNaturalist.
Right.
That app gives you the identification of the species, because all over the world many of the scientists, researchers are there in that, and they'll provide you the species names. Mine is in that group. Mine east coast marine, east coastal group is there, east coastal group.
Mm-hmm.
So in that only east coast, from Orissa to West Bengal to here up till Kanyakumari, whatever the species you can just upload in that. and most probably I am found of now after doing documentation around from last 3 years. I am very familiar with the gastropods, most of the all mollusk, and
Right.
now I'm learning about fish.
Okay.
So
So
these are the
any new species that you actually come across during your 3 years?
yes, sir. One is like a sea spider that is like 2 centimeters in sandy shore, a
Mm-hmm.
macroscopic animal that is the rarest among, and few sea slugs like Gemidoris is one of these species. After 74 years, I have documented, first documented in India after 74 years, me from Vishakhapatnam, Gemidoris
Okay.
sea
Yes.
slug that is, and one more sea slug from the help of a fisherman, a friend of mine is his name is Joel, the
Mm-hmm.
fisherman. I and him documented one another species in sea slug. So that was also first record from Bombay by us.
Right.
So
Great.
these are like
So,
there are many other species like the documentation is done before, but
mm-hmm.
after many years we are spotting it. They are there itself in the shores, but
Yeah.
when not many people or exactly not saying just going there and saying that, oh, beach, just we sit, walk for a while and come back. But
Right.
and
So they are
many
just
of them many of
rare in
them
numbers.
collect the shells.
Right.
So when you are many of the species are venomous and dangerous, no antidote at all. You
Mm-hmm.
should be very careful when you are picking up the shells. The shells having a life, many of the shells are having life. When you pick it up, if it is heavy, think that it isn't having a live animal, should drop it, not to pick it up.
Right. So it could be dangerous as well because they might think that you are attacking them. They might also retaliate.
Yeah, yes, sir. Retaliate like sea snakes will no, up till now there is no attack with sea snakes, but they are very venomous snakes in the world, deadliest. Within minutes you will be dead. There is no anti venom from them. And the cone shells look very damn pretty. They look, but very dangerous. Only
Mm-hmm.
5 minutes. That's it. You will be dead. Your blood will clot and your brain will be blocked and your heart will be down within 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So Conus family shells are very damn dangerous, and
Right.
some sea jellies, or they'll sting and yeah, you will get rashes. So
Yeah, I've
should be
heard about that.
careful.
Samuel, just let me shift it a bit.
Yes, sir.
Let's say somebody wants to take this as a career. Okay.
Sir,
What is the camera that you start with, and how did you
sir,
actually
I
go about it?
started with Nikon D5700 5200. So mine is a basic camera, 1855 lens. That is a basic lens, but I have done a very hard work to document all these species, underwater species, and all these things. I have done a very hard work, but there are few cameras which will be work on which you they can use it underwater.
Mm-hmm.
So from that they can use it, but my from my experience, if they're having a good support, a family support, or if they get a good mentors, mostly mentors are very important because they teach you very well. Without having mentors, just jumping in it and say that no, I can do it, it is very difficult. Because
So, Samuel, are
in,
there
in
any
in
platforms
India,
like that?
it is very difficult, but when you go to other countries,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you can do it for sure.
Any platform that you want to recommend wherein you can find these kind of mentors who are genuinely able to help you?
Sir, marine geology, like geology subject, if they take a geology or oceanography or diving,
Mm-hmm.
that will helps. Like there, the mentors are very good. Like they will
Okay.
help literally. Like in my life, like my senior, my chief scientist, his name is Dr. Joe,
Mm-hmm.
a chief scientist in CMFRI from Chennai.
Right.
He's the only man in all over the world. He's the only man did a life cycle of a sand lobster.
Mm-hmm.
So he
Right.
will rigorously help any student to study or to develop in the marine. So he is a very good man to help. And Pradeep sir, who will teach you to how to do beach walks, how to save the ocean and all these things. And Anand sir, he is having lot of knowledge. He's a PhD student, and he did treks. He is like documented many things, and he is coming up with a book as well in marine species.
Mm-hmm.
So he's one of the person. He's a very good man from Sprouts. And there are many other people who are like, but I'm from my experience, I said a few people. So from them, they'll get many other people. For that, I'm sure. But simply jumping uh, into this field is literally difficult. If
Right.
lot of competition is already there. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
not saying that to stop that they should not do it. What I'm trying to say is, they, instead of just jumping and saying that yo I can do it, it's difficult, it's not simple. So they, what they should do is like, if they study something like geology, marine geology, oceanography, as I said before, scuba diving, if they do it and they come, then the scope is large. SIBA will give opportunities, and NCAR and CMFRI, and so many scuba divings, and Andamans, Rameswaram, and Goa. These are places where opportunities are there. Like if they do in Gujarat, they do very good documentation. But thing is, they have to come up with education. If not,
Mm-hmm.
it's very difficult to come up. It's very difficult, as
Right.
I'm seeing, because my uh, as I am from a law student, and coming up here and going up till here is, I face many things. I face many problems to come up here. I just going on documenting. I documented around 300 species.
Mm-hmm.
So traveled many places, and like 3 months I traveled day, morning, evening for 35 kilometers, going 35 kilometers, coming 35 kilometers. And one place I traveled for 2 months. I traveled for Visakhapatnam, Chennai to Visakhapatnam. I used to travel to document species.
Mm-hmm.
So it is very difficult. But where if you give lectures or something, as a you, they can become a lectures, they can teach by showing the species, what is the importance of the ocean. Because in schools nowadays, they don't know what is species at all. In ocean means is just a fish, that's it. So maybe education, by teaching, by sharing things, maybe we can change the future. So
Right.
that's what I think. So I was trying to do that,
Mm-hmm.
to show the same species to the youngsters, saying that they are the protectors and the saviors of the ocean. So and most probably the common thing is, in our oxygen, when one breathe, 97 97 percentage of the oxygen comes from the ocean. So if we are not taking care of the ocean, then we are gone. We will be no more in on this earth.
Correct. So there's a emergency situation also. I mean, you are seeing a lot of changes in climate, so it's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
little alarming in that sense.
yeah.
So
Because no,
Samuel,
many of the
yep,
people doesn't know anything about the ocean depth, or the species. We are still searching for the species. There are many other different species which are coming up day by day, day by day, day by day. New species, new species, new species. There is no limit for the species which under the ocean. But what we are doing is we are destroying the ocean. Like, and they just when they come for some picnic or something, they just throw all the plastic in the ocean. They think that it is a dustbin. It is
mhm,
a huge ocean. What is there if I throw a plastic cover? But everybody thinks the same, so everybody throws that amount of plastic. One small thing is what I observed in Bombay. Every rainy season, 250 tons of plastic comes out from the ocean on just ocean throws plastic
yeah,
ball
mhm,
on the face of Bombay.
right,
Every year, it's like 250 tons of plastic. Think how much amount of plastic is coming out.
right.
And oil spills. Every year on September, October, oil spills comes on the Bombay shores. Every year.
Right, right.
So
So,
think how
Samuel,
much of
we are
damage
almost
is being done.
touching 30 minutes now. Let me shift
Yes, sir.
focus. If you would want
Yes, sir.
to try unsharing and then showing the remaining part of your presentation that you wanted to do.
Sir, it got stuck. So
So, fine.
I
So,
am going to
let's
end up
move on then. So, you can unshare the whole thing if you can do that.
whole Google Chrome is got stuck, sir.
Okay. No problem. Then I think we can move on. We can get your parting remarks, Samuel. What do you think about this platform?
So I'm so happy that to share. I am sorry that it got stuck. I thought of sharing many more things with you, but because of some internet problem, I got stuck here. And I am so much thankful to you, sir, Krishnaraj sir, for giving a wonderful opportunity for me to share a few videos of mine and a little bit talk. It is I'm so happy that people will see this and know about the ocean. And thanks a lot, sir. I think I'll give 10 out of 10 for this.
Thank you, Samuel. It was wonderful. You've shown a lot of variety yourself, and you have just given us a brief idea as to how you can move in this direction, trying to discover new species. And if
Yes.
anybody is driven by that passion, you can certainly probably connect with you
So what?
or within your fraternity so that you can get some guidance and move on. So thank you,
Yes, sir,
Samuel,
sure.
for showing us this presentation, which was long awaited. Uh, good evening to you and to our viewers as well. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.